What's up, Simmers? As always, it's me, Chasing Dopamine, back again with another speed build. Today we are redoing the well-known and, let's be honest, most useless public lot in existence, even for the base game. There's not much for your sim to do here, let alone a reason to come here. All that's even inside this weird little building is just a bunch of, oddly placed toilets. It's just not an appealing place to be. Well, that changes today. As with every build, I started by completely gutting the entire lot so that way we could start fresh and turn it into something of our own. I did really want to keep the shape of this building, so I kind of tinkered around with keeping it, and it did take me a minute to figure out this roofing situation because for some reason my flat roofing tool wanted to disappear on me. Still have no idea where she went. She is still missing. But overall, we managed to work around it, and I ended up just putting a flat platform up there, and I was able to put flooring on it and make it work. I do end up making this building into a bit of a wedding venue space. This is kind of a park, fishing area, place to take your kids, place to have your wedding. I always feel like the base game, even though this isn't, my wedding stories, we still don't have any places for your sim to get married that isn't just the lot at your house. So I really wanted to create just kind of a little venue space that's base game. I didn't completely stick with base game. I don't have a whole lot of packs, guys, really. I just kind of have whatever's been given out free lately and a few other things that I have bought, but I am planning on buying a bunch more expansion packs soon so that way we can have some more immersive speed builds. But for now, we do what we can. This is me just overall going over the top part and trying to create the same kind of roof vibes. It took me a minute to figure out how exactly I wanted this roof to look. But yeah, I ended up making this so that way the top part of this is a kind of indoor garden space because I really thought that was a cute idea. And it did actually turn out very cute. Sorry, this is just me putting in my cheats so I can get my doors and stuff where I need them to be. Don't mind that. It did take me quite a while to decide where to place all of these windows and stuff. But we got it eventually, guys. We got it. It did take me a second to finally decide on what to use on this outside here because I really wanted to go with a light brick or a light stone, and I ended up going with this very light stone pattern that I thought accented. Oof, I can't speak today, guys. Oh no, and I'm supposed to be doing a voiceover. Ugh. But I thought it accented everything nicely, and then of course I went up top with all of those full windows so that way our garden area can get all of that nice sunlight. We love that for them. But I went in and put the windows all the way around. You will notice at the end that those windows end up changing, and it's because I closed out this game and all of my stuff disappeared. All of my windows disappeared. My some of my decorations on the inside disappeared. But that actually ends up working out in your guys' benefit because you'll notice here I start doing the inside of this building, and you get to see me decorate a good amount of it. But there's part of it when it comes to decorating, the Mrs. and Mrs. table, the family table, that ends up not existing because my recording decided to just stop recording, and I didn't realize it. So you do miss a little bit, but it kind of gets made up for, and you still get to see it. So this is a little bar area. It took me a second to decide how to make this. It's, of course, with the idea that the employees are the only ones allowed back here, so I kind of blocked it off in a way, but still made it because they could walk up on that platform around the stage and get back here, so it kind of gives the illusion that this is for employees only, but really anybody can go back here. I put a little kitchen space, just like a tiny one, with a little dishwasher and a sink, and I put a microwave and a little stove, so that way they can do some kind of catering for the weddings, like if you just wanted to have somebody come in beforehand and make some snacks and stuff. And of course we have the bottles for the bar because you can't have a wedding without alcohol, some people would say. I think those people are dumb because of course you can have a wedding without alcohol if you choose to. Oh, and this is where I created the dance floor. I absolutely loved doing this. This is actually from, I believe, the Paranormal pack, but I actually just loved the way that it looked on the floor. It did take me a few tries to get this to look right and to be centered, so yeah. But then I was able to place the tables and stuff around it, and I think it makes a nice little accent in the middle of the floor for quote-unquote dancing and a dance area in front of the stage. But again, it took me a second to get these tables kind of placed around where I wanted it to, so I could get the, you know, head family table set up to where it was useful. Because as always is the goal with these things is that you want people to be able to use it and you want it to be functional in your game when you place it. So I was overall working to make sure that that was functional. Now this is going to get into the space where it's going to kind of cut away. And yeah, we come back and the inside's just quote unquote kind of done, and this part's done, and I don't have any footage of me doing any of that. Sorry guys, but I will make it up to you later, especially during the end part of the video, so make sure you don't miss the end of the video. Always stay to the end of the video to make sure that you see our walkthrough of the entire build and take a tour with me to see what we did. All right, but this is kind of where I messed up and how all of my windows ended up getting deleted and my doors and kind of everything. I went in and was trying to do this bathroom, and I wanted the bathroom to be low wall height. And for some reason, having this one area be low wall height and the entire other building be tall wall height, it adjusted the wall heights of everything. And not just the bathroom. So I ended up having to change that. And you don't see me put all of the windows and doors back on, but I did have to go and put all of the windows and doors back on as soon as I realized that that happened. So, yeah. But this is just me getting the windows, oh my goodness. The mirrors put into the bathroom. I kind of made this not just a bathroom, but every wedding needs kind of that area where the bride gets ready, the groom and the groomsmen get ready, the bride and her people can get ready, her bridesmaids. So that's kind of what this was being made into, was just kind of an overall like get ready space. So the bridesmaids could sit with the bride and the groomsmen could sit with the groom. Everybody could get ready and dressed. And if you have to go to the bathroom, you have to go to the bathroom. You have a nice private stall to do your business. But yeah, here I am just kind of laying out everything that I wanted in the rooms and then getting everything kind of organized. I did put these little books in the bathroom that I thought were cute, the little journals. I wanted that kind of as like a last minute, you know, they were in here kind of writing their last minute vows while they were getting ready. Of course, I put in the little champagne buckets. But I just think this bathroom / get ready area just overall turned out really good. This is me adding the little toilets, and I had to put one of them on a diagonal, and in my head I was just like, yeah, this is gonna be the toilet that just, you know, you go in and the one member of the wedding party, you know who is the least liked because they're the ones that get made to use the slanted bathroom. But that was just me spending way too much time on Reddit. And then I put this little sitting room out here, kind of like if you're waiting for a toilet to be open or one of the kids just wants to come sit out here instead of sitting with the waiting party and stuff. You know how kids be sometimes. I put a little TV in here just, you know, for the kiddos to watch in case they're in here. Everybody needs to be able to put Bluey on once in a great while. Come on, we all love some Bluey time. Even the adults would love some Bluey time. Let's be honest. But yeah, I just put some of these cute little plants in here and get it all zhuzhed up. End up putting some windows around just so that way it looks a little more, just less like a giant building with no windows and like a prison. Because it was kind of giving, let's be honest, prison vibes. But I put these little plants around and I kind of gave this the same roof as the other building. I just figure it's going to end up tall enough that you're not going to see over the roof unless you're being a real creeper and trying to get on top of the roof. But yeah, we're just vibing along, and here I go start trying to do a little bit more terrain paint around everything. You guys also didn't get to see me do some of this terrain up here at the front, but that's okay. You'll get to see me do the rest. Now over here is where I really wanted to start making the like aisle for the wedding area. And this went through a few different variations. I wanted these arches on the side, which I do end up keeping. But this little like kind of statue garden I started in the back, I do end up changing because I end up liking these little arches that I put in on the sides over here. So I take those statues and I actually just put them in here instead of having a stone garden out back, kind of like the bride and the groom as stone statues. And I thought it was just really cute to have like a bride and a groom side with the statues. Here I'm getting the aisle together with the seats, and it just all turns out so cute. I was using, I think it's Romantic Stuff, the Romantic Stuff kit. Again, I don't have too many packs or anything, but I was using what I did have. So got a bunch of these instruments out here for people to play for the bride and groom as they're coming down the aisle. Still looking cute, still giving vibes. But yeah, I did a little bit of landscaping over here real quick just to kind of make this. I wanted to put the wishing well back here, kind of like you get done doing your vows and everything, and then you come back here and you make your very first wish as a couple, like as a married couple. But I really liked the idea of all of the flowers and stuff back here. So I did a rosary wall just to kind of give it the seclusion, make it nice for pictures and everything, and just make it so you can't, witness the wedding from the road. And this is where you guys kind of get redeemed and getting to watch me redo part of the inside of this. I had to replace the TV that I had over here. I had this as kind of like the idea that when there's a wedding going on, they'll have pictures of the bride and the groom. When there's people just here kind of trying to utilize the bar area, you can just, put the game on. Everyone can watch. This can still be used as like a bar kind of lot if you wanted it to be. And it's just kind of fancy. I do end up taking out this side area right here. I didn't think of a way to utilize it other than it being a patio, and I just really didn't end up liking it there. And this gave me more room to kind of mess around with putting some other things in areas. But yeah. And then I messed around with trying to figure out where I wanted to actually put playground equipment. And I wanted to give the kids just this nice area that they can go and just be kids while their parents are having a wedding. Because as a kid, the most horrible part of a wedding is always trying to figure out, like, what you're about to do for the next couple of hours to keep yourself entertained. So I really wanted to make this area something nice. So I was using a lot of I think it's the My Little Camper kit. Was getting some utilization out of that. But yeah, I just put some sand around it, and I didn't want to put sand through the kind of tent space, so I just kind of put it around like that. And then over here, we're going to put in a little pond, so that way the fishermen can do fisherman things. And get my terrain paint in, and then start doing all of my landscaping. This just ends up being a montage of me going through random stuff in Debug. Trying to figure out what all I wanted to put over here and what all I wanted to place in general. So forgive me if just some random things start popping up on the screen because I was just having fun overall going through Debug. Just once in a great while, I like to go through and remind myself of all the random things that are in Debug. If you ever don't have an idea for a build, sometimes Debug is nice to kind of filter through, just because you can get some ideas for some items that you can put together that you didn't really realize that you had access to. And that's why I kind of really like Debug. But yeah, here I am just putting some fishies and some duckies and some swans around. I put some lily pads in the water. And we're back, guys. Sorry, that was me taking a little break IRL. Let's put our testing sheets back in and get everything ready so we can finish up this last part. Yeah, over here, I kind of tried to go with a fence vibe, but then I was like, I would have to put a fence around all of it, and it doesn't really make sense. So I ended up, I kept going through things, and I decided to put a little parking space over here. People need places to park when you're coming to a wedding, and even when you're just coming to a park. And I don't think we get a lot of that in Sims builds, because, we don't have cars in the game. So this was just me messing around with that. If you go into Debug, you actually get quite a few options for vehicles that you can put in the game. Or something else I like to do is I'll take the kids' toys that are car shapes and that are like little tiny kids cars, and you can size them up to make, you know, vehicles to sit outside your house and stuff. I always think that's really fun. But when in doubt, if you ever like need more items to place around your lot that you don't just usually get, always remember that debug is an option. Debug has saved me many a time on a build when I just needed that one something. Overall, this is just the area of me doing more and more landscaping and putting some rocks around. I really like these little white, they're almost daisy-like, mini daisy looking things. I just kind of like putting them around. They're from the, I think, My Little Camper kit as well. Because they're either from the My Little Camper kit or I think the Outdoor Retreat kit, if that's what it's called. I can't remember. I am sorry, guys. You are going to learn that I am really bad at remembering the names of all of the packs and stuff, even the ones that I have. But yeah, that's just me. Oh, and this is kind of one of my little favorite parts that I make. You guys are going to see me struggle with this just a little bit. So while putting this in, I completely forgot how to put a pool inside of a deck. So it took me quite a moment of figuring out, and I eventually did. We figure it out. We get her there. But I really wanted to give this as like a pool area for the adults after the wedding. They get kind of like a barbecue pad. They get the jacuzzi. They get a little bar out here. I just ended up thinking this was fun. This goes through a few, I don't even want to say a few iterations. It just goes through me jumbling things around a lot. But we eventually get there. At this point, I'm just trying to figure out what all items I wanted to put up here. Got the bar placed. Oh, ended up deciding I wanted that inside. Okay. Yeah, I ended up making this little island over here because I really like adding islands on the end of bars. It just gives it that little extra space that I like. I put the little juice mat over here, kept trying to get it all decorated nice, just have a nice patio area. Because, you know, when you get done at a wedding, like, there's usually nothing to do other than to sit around and drink and everything. So I wanted to give this a nice, just extra thing. You know, all of your guests can come out here after your wedding and have a dip and such if they want. Or just in general, if you wanted your Sims to come out here and have a pool party together out at the park, and you can put your kids over in the kids area and you adults can come over here and do your swim lap thing. Ain't nobody gonna judge it. Nobody gonna judge it. Because you're gonna be out here, you're gonna be having a good time. Who's gonna be judging? Everybody's gonna be in the pool. At this point, I just put a bunch of wild grass, and of course I had to add some woohoo bushes because of, like, let's be honest, the bride and groom aren't going to want to wait to get to the hotel. They're going to need a woohoo bush. So we, of course, we have to have woohoo bushes. And now we have finally made it to that area of the video where we do a nice little tour. And we see the cars over to my right and our nice building up ahead and our fountain. And look at that lovely, lovely playground. I'd play on it. I would definitely play on that. And our pond that is going to be absolutely perfect for any fisherman. Absolutely any fisherman. And we'll go into our wedding venue. Absolutely stunning. Just stunning. I love the way this turned out. I'm not even gonna lie. I think it just looks cute. It looks pristine. It's giving wedding vibes. We'll go look at it from the bride's table. I realized I was missing some chairs when I came up here, but I'll probably fix that later. See? It's giving. It's just giving wedding, and I love it. I love it for us. We're going to make our way back outside and go over to the pond area. Now, because we're in build mode and not live mode, we can't see all of the swans and stuff that I added, but let's pretend that they're here. Let's just, for a minute, guys, pretend with me. Pretend. We're going to go on the dock, and you're going to pretend. Look at this view. Look at all the wonderful things we can see. All right, now we'll make our way into the nice and tranquil bathrooms, into our little waiting area, and into the women's. Ooh, the nice mirror angles. I think that turned out real cute. And a toilet. And back over into the men's room. Such a cute little TV. I love it. I think this turned out, honestly, exactly how I wanted to. Now the toilet. Toilet. Alrighty. And over to the patio so we can get to see this amazing pool setup. I really, really like this patio, especially for like a base game without having very many packs. I think it turned out nice. We're going to make our way over here. Nice bar. And a lovely, lovely pool. Alrighty. And into the wedding venue. Now imagine that you're just a lovely bride ready for her wedding day. You're clipping through the wall, but that's fine. You're walking down to your groom, you're looking at the statues, and you turn to face the wonderful audience and you clip through that too, but that's fine. And then you go with your husband and you make your way over and you make your first wish as a couple. And then immediately you just walk out and you leave your entire wedding. Just kidding. We're just going to make our way upstairs. All right, but let's get around the building. Oof. I think it just looks so pretty out here. I'd get married here. I would definitely get married here. And up the winding, not so safe looking staircase. Totally did that correctly the first time, guys. You saw that, right? And into the beautiful, beautiful garden room. I would spend so much time up here if I didn't have like my own garden and I needed to go to a public garden. But you get this nice view off the top. You can go watch the wedding from up here if you really wanted to. Come over here and you can watch the people in the pool like a creep. And maybe even get a glance over at the people in the bathroom. Just overall a very family-friendly location. We're going to make our way back down. And that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thanks for sticking around. If you enjoyed this content and want to see more of it in the future, please make sure to leave me a like and a sub so I know you enjoyed it, and comment to let me know what you think. All right, have a great day, guys. Bye.